Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's getting towards the end of January, and once we get to February it will definitely be totally unacceptable for me to do a favourites for 2023 video. But having seen in particular that quite a few of the channels that I watch, much more professional and better beauty YouTubers than myself, have been quite late getting their favourites up. I thought I could probably just about get away with it now, before the end of January. So that's what I'm going to do. I did, when I looked at my Instagram and looked at my lists, find that there were quite a few products that I've really enjoyed this year. I think undoubtedly Chanel, surprise, surprise, brought out most of... It was the most successful brand, from my perspective, in giving us products I really, really liked. So digging a few out in no particular order. Well, this one in particular crept in at the end of the year. This is the Éclat de Nuit. So I've found myself using this a fair bit, but it looks almost untouched at the moment because it is so new. I just love... I'm getting better, yeah. Just love the colour story here. These are the shades I really like. None of them are absolutely matte. This one down here is the nearest to matte, but it's got a slight sheen. And then beautiful satin metallic black that I don't use, but it's not too pigmented. It's just actually quite nice. It is quite pigmented, but it's nice to work with, if you know what I mean. Some blacks are very kind of flaky and uneven, and particularly if you would use them mostly as a kind of liner, as I would, not so good. So I really like this palette. It's not super pigmented. This is obviously the star. You know how much I love me a good smooth metallic. This is absolutely gorgeous, and a kind of khaki shade. Just one and done for me. So immediately that has become one of my favourite Chanel releases. But I also really enjoyed the Byzance collection. I enjoyed that it's got the kind of gold. And yeah, this one was the one I had two of this collection. This was the one I liked the most. That's right, I didn't get the Cristal one, which was very similar to this. I felt I couldn't get both of them. This, by the way, is Venetian. But I think probably this white silvery shade was nicer on the other one. But I enjoy this peach shade. Just a nice colour combo. And I think it was really well presented, well done. Really liked it. And then the other eyeshadow palette that surprised me, really, that I liked it so much, was much earlier in the year. And I wore it a lot. It was from the spring-summer collection. I wore it a lot in the spring, this one. Didn't get as much wear out of this reddy colour down here, as you can imagine. But did like the yellow, much more than I thought I would. Knew I'd like the lilac and the peach. Again, just such a beautiful spring palette. There were quite a few at that time of year that were not dissimilar. These pastels were really in. But I bought the Chantecaille one, which was very similar, and although it was more expensive, I didn't like it, using it nearly as much as the Chanel one, which I really loved. That one was called, by the way, Délice. I've got a really old Délice eyeshadow palette that I still love. And also from the spring collection, absolutely loved this. This was the blush called Fantasy de Chanel. Let's just do it with a... still just about got the CC embossing, but I have used it quite a bit. And it's just this beautiful peachy pink with some gold kind of undertones in it. Again, wore that a lot in the spring, summer. I should take it out again, I think, probably now, and wear it. And then, yeah, the other Chanel item that I wanted to highlight, also very recent, from the latest Les Beige collection. And this is one of the Healthy Winter Glow primers. This is the white one, Frosty White. Really loving how this feels on the skin. It's kind of light moisturising gel. Goes on its own or as a lovely pearlized base for your makeup on top. So that's definitely a favourite. Just on the makeup front, new to me, and I found it in my drawer. I think I bought this or was given it in the run to Christmas, not last year, but the year before, and kind of discovered it at the back of the drawer fairly recently, kind of late autumn. 3CE, it's a Korean brand, quite well priced, and this is the BB cream, and I love it. It looks really good on my skin. It says it's light coverage. I actually think it's fairly full coverage, but doesn't look cakey or, you know, too much, and feels really nice on the skin. So I've been wearing that a lot recently. I also liked in the foundations the Prada Release, much more expensive. This was the Prada Reveal foundation. This looks quite a dark shade for me, but actually on the skin looks absolutely fine. The dispenser gets a bit messy. This is one of these refillable ones. They, I think, often are messier, but it is beautiful packaging. It's a curious feel and appearance on the skin. Almost to me feels like liquid to powder, which sounds awful because that would be drying, and it's not. And it's not as luminous as some of the foundations that traditionally I tend to prefer. I never wear a matte foundation. But certainly with a primer on underneath, it looks really nice. It wears really well, really evenly. You get a good day's wear out of it. And yeah, will I buy it again? I might. I'm not entirely sure. Do I love it as much as some of my all-time favourites? Probably not, but I definitely really liked it this year. Westman Atelier, I have a love-hate relationship with, and one of the things that I have found myself using a fair bit this year, only really when I travel, is their stick foundation. It just is so convenient to take with kind of a BB cream because it almost doubles as a concealer, kind of dotting it on and blending it in, or blending it in over larger parts of the skin. So I have actually, these things last for so long, use this quite a bit. And the other product of the Westman Atelier that I like is the blush stick. It's so light coloured, I can't even tell you what this one is called. Petal. Cream blushes, much better for me these days, cream or liquid. Again, this is just a nice kind of mid-tone that you could wear all year, really. It's not winter, it's not summer, it's not spring. Very easy to use and convenient to travel. Concealer, again, one of my love-hate brands, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. Gorgeous. You can see much lighter than the foundation, and this is, more the kind of concealing colour for me that works. particularly good under the eyes, but goes everywhere. And it is slightly radiant, luminous almost. So love that. Keep meaning to buy the really expensive Chanel one, but I may, when I finish that one, get round to it. New lines for me again this year. Jones Road, which is Bobbi Brown's newest range. Some of the products didn't work for me at all. Some did. I quite like this Miracle Balm, although they are sticky. You put these on your cheeks, lips, whatever. You will find that your hair kind of sticks to your cheeks because these do not blend away, let me tell you. And I bought a few of the, well, I bought one of the big pots, and then there was an offer for the little pots, and I got quite a few of the colours. This one is my favourite, Miami Beach. It is a really natural, sheer colour. And the other thing that I like a lot from the Jones Road collection is her mascara. You know that I'm quite tricky with mascaras. Chanel's Le Volume is one of the few I like, but this one works. Has a curved brush if you're into that, but I just find it doesn't give me the old panda eyes, which is always good. Hermes didn't really wow me this year. I haven't bought any of the eye palettes yet, so maybe they are fabulous and I'm missing out, but I haven't got round to it. I did buy a couple of the lipsticks, lip balms, and the one that I liked the most was the Corée Parasol, which I think was early summer, fairly standard coral, very pretty, very soft. Feels great on the lips. Gorgeous, gorgeous packaging by Paul Hermé, but worth the price? No, not really. Dior overall didn't wow me, but there was the, what I call the Sailor's palette. I don't know, Eden Rock was what it was actually called. Again, I think this was a summer collection. Now, you can see it isn't fabulously used because the lettering's still on it. But I did wear this in the summer when I was away, and I did enjoy it. And there was a good variety of looks that I could do. I appreciated having this kind of bone colour, some nice neutral browns, bit warm for me here. Didn't think I would use this blue, but I ended up using it not just as a liner, but actually very softly to do more dramatic looks. It was pretty wearable. So nice quality, nice presentation. My favourite eye palette of the year undoubtedly came from Tom Ford, and it was Lumière d'Hiver from the Winter Frost. It's not that new, so it must have been early in the year. Love, love, love this cool toned palette. Let me get the cellophane off because I want to show you the gorgeous, gorgeous metallics. Oh, come on. It's not playing nicely. There we go. So, as usual, the brown isn't much loved, but I love this just for blocking out. It can use this as kind of one and done just to tidy up the mobile lid with some mascara, or as a base to they're not toppers, they are gentle metallics, one kind of goldy, one more silvery, just gorgeous. I've worn that a lot this year. And I also liked, surprisingly, Naked Pink, which I thought when I got it would be a bit warm, but I found myself using that quite a bit just for everyday looks this year. This down here really is a topper, so it's not hugely pigmented, but it really gives, let me just display, one of those kind of wet looks that have been quite, so it isn't super glittery, it's not little particles of glitter, it just looks wet on the eyelid, which has been kind of a look this year, hasn't it? And I quite liked that. The other Tom Ford item I liked was again from, I think, the same Soleil Neige collection, and it was the Rose Irise highlighter. Gorgeous highlighter. Didn't have many beautiful highlighters this year. That one is. Some people didn't like this. It was very divisive. I did like the Prada eyeshadow palettes. I just thought they were so stylish, but quite difficult to wear. I got this one with the yellow in it. You can see I haven't worn it a ton, and these two colours are fairly wearable, as is intended. This is really pop, and there's some black up here. I think they're beautifully presented. The palette, which can't really show you because it reflects me completely, but it does kind of also tarnish a bit, which I don't love. I had a lot of nice items from Suku, but I couldn't really show you one palette that was a favourite. But what I loved from the summer collection were these three iridescent, shimmery nail polishes that I wore a lot. This one was really pretty, but it's a horror to get off because it leaves little glitter particles. These two were both much more iridescent. This is not this. This is, what is this? Dior. This is Dior. Yeah, they were really pretty, and they were kind of my favourite polishes this year. Chanel did not have a standout year for polishes, nail polishes, in my humble opinion. And that's saying something, because you know how much I love my Chanel nail polish. This, as I say, I'm going to show you when I show the Dior unpackaging, because this is a new one for spring from Dior. So that's my jumble of items I really enjoyed from 2023. Love to know what your favourite item was this year and what you would repurchase again. Until next time, bye for now.